Om. 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 Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Okay, so we are in Mundaka Upanishad, the first chapter, and last week we were looking at the discussion where the student Angiras, he asked, we looked at the parampara, the lineage, and how the student asked, and he asked about what is that, by knowing which everything is known, and then the teacher answered to him that there are two things. He takes him from the basics, that there is knowledge which is to be known, but that knowledge is of two types. One is Para Vidya and the other is Apara Vidya. Apara Vidya is about the relative and Para is about the transcendental. This we saw, and now we come to the fifth verse, that what are Para and Apara Vidya. Let's read the verses. Repeat after me. Tatra Para Rugvedo Yajurvedaha Rugvedo Yajurvedaha Samavedo Atharva Vedaha Samavedo Atharva Vedaha Shiksha Kalpo Vyakaranam Niruktam Shiksha Kalpo Vyakaranam Niruktam Chando Jyotishamiti Chando Jyotishamiti Atha Parayaya Tad Aksharam Adhigamyate Atha Parayaya Tad Aksharam Adhigamyate. Together. Tatra Para Rugvedo Yajurvedaha Samavedo Atharva Vedaha Shiksha Kalpo Vyakaranam Niruktam Chando Jyotishamiti Atha Parayaya Tad Aksharam Adhigamyate. What does it say? It says that, so what is the nature of Para and Apara is told here in this verse, it's starting, and it says in that Rugved, Yajurved, Samved, Atharva Ved, these are the four Vedas. Basically, Atharva Ved is an admixture of all the previous three Vedas, and then the Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chanda, and Jyotisha. It says those four Vedas and these 6 limbs of the Vedas, all of them are Apara Vidya. It is the relative knowledge. It is the lower knowledge. It is the specific knowledge. And Atha Para Yaya Tad Aksharam Adhigamyate. And what is Para? Para is that all those words, all those akshara, Tad Aksharam, the last word, Tad Aksharam Adhigamyate. All those words which by which we come to know the truth. We will explain that now, what it means. By which we come to know the truth is the Paravidya. So here, so what is, so these 3 Vedas are in different meters, and as I told you, the three of them, some part, the what you call Atharva is a mixture of all the other three Vedas. Then what is Shiksha? Shiksha is the science of pronunciation, and that is given a lot of importance, from where the word begins, how it is to be told, how does it conclude. Your attention is, you're trained in such a manner that, so you say put, gut, gut you don't say, you say gut. In Sanskrit, all words are to be spoken as they are given. Anyway, we are not going into all that. So Shiksha is the science of pronunciation. What is Kalpa? Kalpa is the science of various yajnas and mantras. And they are also coming in the Vedas, and there are many more. So the Kalpa. Vyakaran means Vishesha Akarana, meaning how we expand each root, each dhatu. For example, gam is the dhatu which means to go. So we say agaccha, gam dhatu, agacchami, agacchava, agacchamaha, agacchasi, agachatha, agachatha, agacchati, agachatah, agachanti. So these are the 9 forms: first person, second person, and third person plural. The chart of 9 is created. Then same way, when you take the nouns, Ramah, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo, Raman, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramaihi, and this way it keeps going on. The subject, when Ram is the subject, when Ram is the object, when Ram is the instrument, when Ram is the from Ram, if something is to be given, then what will be the case of the Ram? Of Ram, then what is the case? To Ram, what is the case? On Ram, in Ram. If Ram is in one place, in Ayodhya, then or is in Ram's pocket. So in Ram. The monkey is sitting on Ram's shoulder, so on Ram's shoulder. So Ram has to be used in a particular way. So these are all the ways that the Vyakaran, that means the German language has also copied Sanskrit. So each root, each noun, everything is expanded for clarity. Niruktam is the Vedic dictionary, and everything is clearly defined, and even this is given in a poetry form. Then fifth one is the Chanda. Chanda are the meters. There are about 30-40 of them, and different rules and regulations governing them are given in there. Then last is the Jyotish Shastra. Here how the time is determined. The grossest form of it is the solar calendar, and the grosser it is, less are the parameters. Subtler is the calendar, Jyotish Shastra, meaning subtler is the calendar, more are the parameters. So first, in the solar calendar, it's sun and the earth. Then as we go become more refined, then the sun, earth and the moon is also taken into consideration. Then we go even more finer, then the sun, the moon, earth, the moon and the planets are also taken into consideration. Then the nakshatras are the various constellations, they are also taken into consideration. And in this way, the subtler we go, more and more parameters are taken into consideration. Now, this is told in all this, in the first para. Tatra ka paretyuchyate Rugvedo Yajurvedaha Samavedo Atharvaveda iti ete Chatvaro Vedaha Shiksha Kalpo Vyakaranam Niruktam Chando Jyotisham Ityangani Shade Papara Vidya. Till here we have seen all this. What is Shiksha, what is Kalpa, what is Vyakaran, what is Nirukta, Chanda and Jyotish. These are the Shad Vidyas and now Shad Angas, of the Vedas. And now Atha Idanim Iyam Para Vidya Uchyate Yaya Tad Vakshamana Visheshenam Aksharam Adhigamyate Prapyate. He says, now Para Vidya is that Atha Idanim Iyam, this Para Vidya is that which will be told in subsequent verses. And example, and here it says what? Uchyate yaya tad vakshamana visheshanam aksharam adhigamyate prapyate. It says just like for example, when we take the gam dhatu, as I told you before, agachat, agachami, agachava, agachat, va, agacha, maha, etc., etc. So this gam dhatu means that where there is movement, and when it is prefixed with adhi, then it becomes adhigamyate, aksharam adhigamyate prapyate prapyate. So verb the dhatu, the root is gam, and in that gam a prefix was added called adhi. So it says aksharam adhigamyate prapyate, and therefore we get the word adhigamyate. And when we add adi, it means that you have attained. Adhigamyate means attained. Gam means to move. All roots indicating movement also mean knowledge. All that is, because movement is words, movement is speech, movement is thoughts, movement is where some activity is, and that means knowledge. Which knowledge? Relative knowledge, not the absolute one. But so here it says, one moment. अधिपूर्वस्य गमेः प्रयासः प्राप्त्यर्थत्वात् न च प्राप्तेः अवगमा अर्थस्य भेदोऽस्ति. So it says attainment of the supreme or the truth. Why am I going down? Or the truth or the knowledge of the supreme. This is Para Vidya, and it is attainment of the truth or attainment of the supreme and the knowledge of the supreme, both are one and the same. Therefore here the teacher is saying knowing, Adi Shankaracharya is saying knowing is being, being is knowing. This must somewhere click inside of us. And if it doesn't, then we are continuing in Apara Vidya, we are still continuing in activity and missing the bullseye. This is the main difference between Apara Vidya. Apara Vidya is where activity is required, and Para Vidya is where knowing is being. So, avidyaya, he says, avidyaya apaya eva hi parapraptihi narthantaram. So he says that avidyaya, giving up vidya itself, giving up knowledge itself is attainment of the Supreme. You will be surprised. We are studying here Upanishad, we are listening, and you are saying giving up of all this is equal to attainment of the Supreme. Then why did we start? You ask yourself. Because we have a khujli of knowing, I have a khujli of teaching, I have a khujli of impressing it on my mind again and again through various texts. Therefore, we remain in that loop. So if you can't sit still, you can't sit empty, and you are addicted to activity, then better this activity than any other activity like watching movies, cooking, eating, all that is also okay. But if you are thinking that, oh, the knowledge is only going to come from the Upanishads, knowledge is going to come from the Vedas, I have to listen. If this is your mindset, it is good mindset. But it is all not all in all. We will see how. So the student asks a question or a doubt is raised. Nanu ऋग्वेदादि बाह्या tarhi sa katham paravidya syat moksha sadhanam cha ya veda bahyaha smritayo yascha kascha kudrishtayaha. So he says, if Paravidya, the transcendent knowledge, is other than the four Vedas and their Shadangas, then how can we attain the Supreme? We only know that this knowledge is given in the Upanishads and the Vedas, etc. Then if it is not available in these, and it is other than these four Vedas and the Shadangas, how can we attain the Supreme? The doubter says, we cannot accept this as it is said in the Manusmriti. What is said in the Manusmriti? Here the Ya Veda Bahyaha Smritayo Yascha Kascha Kudrishtayaha Sarvasta Nishfalaha Pretya Tamo Nishta Hita Smritaha Manusmriti Iti Smaranti. It is written that anything which is not included in the Vedas they are not worthy of practicing. So how can we accept, sir? What you are saying that Paravidya is other than the Vedas. How can we accept this statement of yours? How can we accept this statement of yours? Upanishadam cha, no, okay. Kudrishtatvad nishfalatvad anadeya syat. Upanishadam cha Rigvedadi bahyatvam syat. Rigvedaditve tu pruthak karanam anarthakam athapareti. Then we will have to say, the student is saying that Upanishadam cha Rigvedadi bahyatvam swat. Then we will have to say that Upanishads are other than Vedas and saying this is wrong. You are saying the truth is other than the Upanishads. We cannot accept that. Now he is giving an argument that we can also say Upanishads are other than the Vedas. But that statement is wrong, anartha. No. Prithak karanam anarthakam atha pareti. The teacher says, no. वेद्य विषय विज्ञानस्य विवक्षितत्वात् उपनिषद वेद्याक्षर विषयं हि विज्ञानम् इह परा विद्येति प्राधान्येन विवक्षितं न उपनिषद शब्दराशिः. So he says, no, it's not like this. By all Vedas, what is the purpose? What are the Vedas teaching? You tell me. Here what he's saying is, from all the Vedas, I alone am worthy of knowing. That is the purport of the Vedas. Vedas don't say go and find this, truth is there, truth is there, truth is here. No, all the Vedas saying you are the truth, Tattvamasi. And this is what is expected by Paravidya. Paravidya is not just words, but what is revealed by the words is Paravidya. Aham word is not the knowledge, but what is that aham? Which aham are we talking about? Again, the words are only telling us Gaunatma, Mithyatma or Mukhyatma. Some more clarity about aham or atma. Then which one are you? Are you the gauna? Are you the mithya? Are you the virtual? Are you the illusory? Or are you the original? So, I am Mukhyatma. But where is your attention? Is your attention on the Mukhyatma words, Mukhya Atma, or what that Mukhya Atma, the absolute, untouched, unadulterated truth is? That word is indicating. Are you still searching for that, the purport of that word? Where is Mukhyatma? Where is Mukhyatma? Then we are in Paravidya. But Apara Vidya, sorry. But Paravidya means while you are listening, while you are at that same moment, while listening, your attention goes to the one indicated by the words. This is Paravidya, where the words get dropped and what was being indicated by the words, that alone remains. And that is you. And in this manner, what is revealed by the words of the Upanishads is called Paravidya. Therefore, Paravidya is that by which, as we said, the words are dropped and we realize the meaning that is indicated by those words of the Upanishads. Therefore, Veda Shabdena tu sarvatra shabdarashir vivakshitaha. So we see that the Paravidya is Artha Pradhan and the the Apara Vidya is Akshara Pradhan. If the word table is not there, you cannot see a table. If the word laptop is not there, you will know. You don't know. What is that? You can't make out what it is. But if Agya is given some form, about some object, then you will start associating with it. So Apara Vidya is Akshara Pradhan, meaning in Apara Vidya, the lower knowledge, words are given importance. Akshara is word, pradhan means importance. And in Paravidya, the artha pradhan, the meaning indicated is important. So now while you are listening, where is your attention? Your ears are listening, your mind is working it out, understanding. And as we are saying that Paravidya is where it is Artha Pradhan, it is meaning, what meaning is indicated, that is Paravidya. Is your attention on the one because of whom the words are being heard? Excuse me. Or are we lost in the words? Oh, that was very nice. It was very soothing. And while listening, go to sleep. Or is our attention while listening on the one because of whom the listening is possible? Because of whom thinking is possible, because of whom seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting is possible, because of whom waking, dream and deep sleep is possible. Is our, forget all this extra data I'm giving. Once I start, I give all of it. But right now, when I say right now, is your attention on that because of which right now was heard? See, nothing needs to be done. No doing required, no karma required, no movement required. Listen, and whatever the word is indicating, be that. That's it. Story over. शब्दराश्य अधिगमे अपि तत् यत्रांतर मंतरेण गुरौ अभिगमनादि लक्षणं वैराग्यं च न अक्षराधिगमः संभवति इति पृथक्करणं ब्रह्मविद्यायाः पराविद्येति कथनं चेति. It says that although we have learnt the words of the Upanishad, the Shabda Rashaya, these are the words of the Upanishad, if it's followed by special efforts, like going to Guru, becoming a disciple, and practicing dispassion, vivek, vairagya, shatka sampatti, mumukshutvam, these are all doing. These are all activities. I must have deep desire for the truth. Oh, I want to realize, I want to realize, I want to realize. Vivek, oh, everywhere going around, oh, this is not real, that is not real, this is not real, that is not real. Oh, everything is changing, then what is not changing? Oh my God, where am I stuck? People are unable to come out of this. So here he's saying wherever, when we listen to the words of the Upanishad, or we have learned some words of the Upanishad, and after that we start putting special efforts to that, oh, I didn't understand what the Upanishad said, let me go to a guru and understand it properly, and let me practice. Maybe I'm lacking in dispassion, that is why it is not clicking. Because I did not practice Shatka Sampatti, therefore it is not clicking. Oh, I have Vivek, I have Vairagya, I know I have done Shatka Sampatti, I am content within myself. Maybe the intense desire to liberate is missing in me. But I have desire, that's why I studied all this. Then where am I going wrong? Let me go to a teacher. And when after studying the Upanishads, he puts special efforts, then he has to get qualification by which he is able to transcend the relative. When he puts efforts, it is yoga, kundalini, japa, kriya yoga, again and again thinking, again and again thinking, what could the teacher be telling, what are the Upanishads saying, where am I going wrong in my understanding. So you have to put efforts. Only then he is able to transcend the relative world. Or while listening, there and then, you imbibe, you go and get established in what the words are indicating. The words are Tattvamasi, the words are Apara Vidya. Get established immediately? No. How can it be that easy? I have to put some hard yaka in it, behind it. Without doing anything, I am that. How can it be? That is too easy. We want to make everything difficult. That is the problem. It is that easy because you are already that which you are seeking. यथा विधि विषये कर्त्रादि अनेक कारक उपसंहार द्वारेण वाक्यार्थ ज्ञान कालाद अन्यत्र अनुष्ठेय अर्थः अस्ति अग्निहोत्रादि लक्षणो न तथेह परविद्या विषये. Here it says, as regards the Apara Vidya, the lower knowledge or the relative knowledge, there are many do's and don'ts, and therefore there is who can do karma kand, for example. This is Apara Vidya we're talking. Who can do karma kand? Who can do hom, havan, puja? There is a decision to be made. Who is qualified to do that? Any Tom, Dick and Harry cannot do the puja. Any Tom, Dick and Harry cannot do the havan. They must be qualified. And once it is decided that he is qualified to do the puja, then or the karma kanda, even if it is doing the puja or japa or whatever, then we have to do anushtan. Anushtan is taking a vow, and when we take the vow and we do, suppose we chant 101 million times Gayatri mantra, or we chant another mantra for so many hundreds of thousands of times, or we chant Hanuman Chalisa so many times, or we are doing the karma kand, we are doing homam, havan again and again. We are going to do 1000 times of this particular havan. But when we complete whatever the anushtan is, whether it is a short one or a long one, nothing happens. We're still the same. Only exhaustion. The individuality is still maintained because you are the doer. If doing is not leading to purification of the mind, which is equal to focused mind or concentrated mind, then we have got lost in the karma kand itself. Karma kand, we got lost in the activity. We are taking that to be more important than what we came initially. What was our attraction? Our attraction was to know the truth. Our inclination was to know the truth. And then you get caught up in these things, in activity, whether it is gross, subtle, at speech level or mind level, but you get caught up thinking that is more important than the truth. Nobody is saying not do the activity, but take that as a stepping stone and jump into, just like that pole vaulter takes the pole, digs it into the ground and jumps over the barrier and is the winner. Same way you take these words, you take the karma kand and transcend. But no, we get caught up. And because there is the doership, it is very difficult to give up that doership. I am doing the japa. I made a mistake in the japa. Then kshama prarthana. Papoham papa karmaham. We ask for forgiveness for all the mistakes that we made. We just chanted Bhagavad Gita 2-3 days ago, last Sunday. It took us 3 hours to chant the Bhagavad Gita. But at the end of Bhagavad Gita, again, sorry for whatever if we have made any mistakes. What was the purpose of Gita? To complete the chanting. Or while chanting, be the essence. What was the purpose? Was completing Bhagavad Gita chanting important? Yes, it was important. Chanting each alphabet correctly was also important. But more important was to go beyond the words. More important was to be the witness of chanting that is going on. To get checked out of the doership. Whereas in the Paravidya, वाक्य अर्थ ज्ञान समकाल एव तु पर्यवसितो भवति. Whereas in Paravidya, at the time of listening itself, the knowledge takes place. In the Karma Kanda, we wait for the result to come. We wait for the result. We ask for we do the Falashruti. After offering the fruits or the prasad into the fire, Havan, or after the puja, still we are the same. We are still the individual. Only arrogance that I did the puja well. Oh, everyone enjoyed it. Oh, we did the chanting very well. But whereas in Paravidya, even while listening, even while listening, the knowledge takes place, because our attention is on that essence. That essence is not out there. That essence is not behind the words in the paper. That essence is in the Upanishads, no doubt, but you cannot catch it. The way to it is inside out. Because outside so many parameters are there. Inside only you and you alone. The more inner you go, less are the distractions. If you stay at the periphery, the five senses and the so many 5 stimuli and their admixture. Same thing in the subtle form in the mind. But when we go in, everything, the outside senses and their stimuli, everything is dropped away. Then the stimuli in the mind are dropped away. Then the thoughts are dropped away, provided our attention is on the meaning of the words. देखो. So as long as we are doing something in our life, we are qualified for Apara Vidya. We are not qualified for Paravidya. This is the main difference between Paravidya and Aparavidya. Doing and not doing. Efforts and effortlessness. Continuing. केवल शब्द प्रकाशितार्थ ज्ञान मात्र निष्ठा व्यतिरिक्ता भावात. He says that at the time of, what does it say again? केवल शब्द प्रकाशितार्थ ज्ञान मात्र निष्ठा व्यतिरिक्ता भावात. He says that at the time of knowing, when being happens, this is Paravidya. When at the time of knowing, being happens, knowing is consciousness, being is existence. When I'm conscious of my own existence without a thought, this is what it means. That at the time of knowing, when being happens, consciousness and existence are not two separate entities. They are one and the same. Then this is Paravidya. And when this happens, when knowing is being, there is no karma. There is no karma. And there is no doing taking place at that time. Tasmad, where are we? Tasmad iha param vidyam savisheshanena aksharena vinashti yatadreshyam ityadina. He says, therefore, tasmad, therefore, Paravidya is indicated by words which indicate the reality. And this will be given in our next mantra. It is realization of what we really are. Here it is told as praptasya praptihi. Praptasya praptihi, attainment of that which is already attained. Praptasya praptihi. This is told in the next mantra. And Vakshamanam buddhau samhritya siddhavat paramrushyate yattaditi. So in this way, what is Paravidya has been indicated, and by the word yattad, etc., you put that word in your mind, in your intellect, and it indicates that truth that you are. And now the next topic is Paravidya Pradarshanam. And What is this? Repeat after me. Yattadreshyam, yattadreshyam, yattadadreshyam, yattadadreshyam, agrahyam, agrahyam, agotram, agotram, avarnam, avarnam, chakshushrotram, achakshushrotram, tada tadpani padam, tadpani padam, nityam vibhum, नित्यं विभुं सर्वगतं सुसूक्ष्मं सर्वगतं सुसूक्ष्मं तद् अव्ययं यद्भूतयोनिं परिपश्यन्ति धीराः. We'll chant it again. यत्तद् अदृश्यम् अग्राह्यम् अगोत्रम् अवर्णम् अचक्षुश्रोत्रम् तद् अपाणिपादं नित्यं विभुं सर्वगतं सुसूक्ष्मं तदव्ययं यद्भूतयोनिं परिपश्यन्ति धीराः. That which cannot be comprehended by our adrishya, cannot be comprehended by the eyes, agrahya cannot be listened, cannot be accessed, agotra that is which is beyond the sound, avarna beyond color, and chakshushrotradihina which is beyond all the various senses and mind. In that manner, apanipadam, that it is without moving everywhere, anywhere, it is everywhere. Apanipadam, nityam, eternal, vibhum, all pervasive, sarvagata, moving everywhere, atyanta sukshma, meaning it is susukshmam. Susukshmam is subtler than the subtlest. Tadavyayam, it is without any decay, without any destruction. Yad bhuta yonim, and which is the cause of all the elements. Paripashyanti dhiraha, and this is how the wise people see that truth to be. What truth? Apara Vidya. Remember, Apara Vidya is the self, the transcendental self, which doesn't come, which cannot be talked about, because it said it is beyond the five senses, it is beyond the mind, it is beyond the intellect, it is everywhere without going anywhere. It is eternal, it is unborn. Here the word unborn is not there. It is all pervasive, and it is subtler than the subtlest. For us, subtler than the subtlest, maximum we can go is mind. After that, maybe intellect is subtler than the mind. Then after that, I think the subtler than intellect is causal state, deep sleep state. That is ignorance. We are not awake there. So that is the height of subtlety for us. It is even subtler than that. When we look outside in the world, the subtler than the earth is water, subtler than water is fire, subtler than fire is air, subtler than air is space. But where is space? It's everywhere. But can you see it? No. Can you experience it? No. Yet you know it is there. It is the cause of all the other forces, elements. Think out of the box. We are being prodded. Same point was given in our Kenopanishad also when we saw. It's the eye of the eye, it's the ear of the ear, it's the mind of the mind, it's the prana of the pranas. Same way here, in a different way, that it cannot be. So here it is told, the wise people, if we are trying to look for it extrovertedly, we will never be able to find. will never be able to catch it. So when our vision is extrovert, we are unable to comprehend the truth, the reality, adreshyam. We cannot see it, we cannot perceive it. In other words, what is told here is that which is behind all the senses, that which is the cause of all the senses, that which is the life of all the senses, that which is the inspirer of all the senses, which includes the mind also, is inspirer. And who is this inspirer? Is that inspirer somewhere outside, above the clouds? What is your experience? Who is the inspirer behind the senses, behind the mind? You say it is I am the inspirer, it is my eye, it is my senses, it is my mind. I know the mind is thinking, I know the eye is seeing, I know the ears are hearing, I know the mouth is speaking. It has to be I. It cannot be anything other than I. Only correct definition of I has to be ascertained, that's all. Adreshyam adrishyam sarvesham buddhindriyanam agamyamiti etata drusher bahihi pravrittasya panchendriya dvarakatvat so till here we saw panchendriya dvarakatvat. So when we look outwards, when vision is extrovert, we cannot come to know the reality, because the reality is adreshyam. Drusher bahihi pravrittasya panchendriya dvarakatvat. Drusher bahi pravrittasya panchendriya dvarakatvat agrahyam karmendriya avishayamitti etata. So all the five senses, they are extroverted and they go out of the senses into the world, and therefore this truth is agrahya. It cannot be known by the karmendriyas, because it cannot become a subject, or it cannot become an object of the senses to be known. Same way, agotram gotamanvayaha moolamithyanartha antaram agotram anvaya amiti anvayam iti arthaha. So here it is told that it cannot be caught or held by the karmendriyas. When we say the word agotra, gotra are all the five senses. So and agrahyam means that it cannot be caught by the five senses, or by the or it cannot be held by the agrahyam. It cannot be held by the karmendriyas. You cannot walk to it, you cannot hand it, you cannot it cannot be caught by the words, it cannot be comprehended by the mind, and so on. Agotram, that gotra, here it says gotra, where are we? Agotram gotram anvayaha. It means, here it's saying that gotra and anvaya, and before both gotra, also agotra is added, meaning that both these words gotra and anvaya, agotra and anvaya, are synonymous, and what it means is that which does not have a origin. We have a gotra. What is our gotra? Kashyap gotra, Atri gotra, Bharadwaj gotra, Agastya gotra, so on. It goes on. So many. Shandilya gotra. But what is this truth? It has got no origin. When we say gotra, we are tracing our lineage to that rishi. This fellow, a gotra. This truth is a gotra. And anvaya, yeah, that it does not have any origin or cause. It is self-existing. And therefore, it says, because nahi tasya moolam asti yena anvitam syat, because there is no root, there is no cause, there is no of this akshara brahma or this reality. Varnayanta iti varna dravya dharmaha sthulatvadayah shuklatvadayah va avidyamana varna yasya tadavarna maksharam अचक्षुश्रोत्रम चक्षुश्च श्रोत्रम च नाम रूप विषये करणे स्वर्व जंतूनां ते अविद्यमाने यस्य तच्चक्षुः श्रोत्रम यः सर्वज्ञ सर्ववित इति. So here he says that, so I have already explained to you what is gotra, and gotra means that which is not limited by time and it is eternal. Avyaya, that is unmanifest, does not have any parameters, and therefore one moment. And then he says that therefore there is no cause of this reality. Then it says that this varna means that which is used for description. Varna means, another meaning for word is color. Another varna is it solid or liquid or gaseous? That is also varna. Varna is it black? Is it red? Is it white? That is also varna. So something that the technical meaning of the word varna is that which describes. And so here it is avarnam. Avarnam means that which cannot be described in any manner. What is that? The truth, the reality. Where you so this reality has no color, no gross, subtle or causal, no attributes, no criteria, etc., by which it can be described. Therefore, karne avidyamana, so that which does not have any criteria or classification is called avarnam. How systematically Adi Shankaracharya takes one word at a time and clarifies how we should think about it. Continuing, it was achakshushrotram chakshuscha shrotram cha nama rupa vishaye karne sarva jantunam te avidyamane yasya tat chakshuhu shrotram. So, yeah, those who are involved in the ears with their ears, eyes, the various senses. For them, instruments are necessary. But reality does not require anything. It does not require the five senses or the sixth sense, which is the mind. What is reality then? Reality is it says, Yah Sarvajna Sarvavet. It is a total, it is all-knowing principle, all-conscious principle. It is a homogeneous mass of consciousness. Iti Chetanavat चेतनावत्व विशेषणात् प्राप्तं संसारिणाम एव चक्षुश्रोत्रादिभिः कर्णैः अर्थसाधकत्वं तद् इह चक्षुः श्रोत्रमिति वार्यते पश्यत्य चक्षुष शृणोत्य कर्णः श्वेताश्वेतर उपनिषद इत्यादि दर्शनात्. So he says here that it is a mass of consciousness and reality, which is this reality which is a mass of consciousness. It knows both the specific knowledge as well as the non-specific knowledge. And both the specific knowledge and the non-specific knowledge fall under the purview of Apara Vidya. Who knows specific knowledge, waking and dream? I. Who knows the non-specific knowledge, deep sleep? I. So who are you? Then are you a father, mother, daughter, sister? Are you a man or woman? Or are you the pure consciousness? Or the witnessing consciousness? Stop shortchanging yourself. Therefore, there is no limitation of the Jnanendriyas involved, and therefore this consciousness does not require any cause to exist. It is independent existence. It is not because of. If it is not because of, can you come to know by any means? No. You cannot come to know by any means. Whether it is senses, you cannot come to know. Whether it is mind, you cannot come to know. Oh, I can feel the truth. You cannot. Don't fool yourself. I am convinced of the truth. Don't fool yourself. You are self-existing. Neither your intellect can come to know, nor your mind, nor your senses. So this consciousness does not require any cause to exist. Kimcha tat panipadam karmendriya rahitam iti etata. It says, hey, one moment. Yat evam agrahyam agrahakam cha ato nityam avinashi. He says, Kim chatat bani padam. Neither it is caught nor it catches something. So there is no transaction in it. There is no birth, death. There is no catching or releasing. It's not that the water is creating the waves, and it is not that the water is dissolving the waves into itself. No. Water is water. Similarly, this reality, by nature, it does not it cannot be caught by anything, nor it catches anything. So if you're thinking that I'll catch the reality by thinking, by contemplating, by japa, you're going the wrong way. And if you say it is the Lord or it is the truth because of He is everything and He created these negative thoughts in my mind, He created this prarabdha for me, again you are going the wrong way. The truth does not create anything. Neither you can catch the truth, nor the truth ever catches anything in this creation. Or per se, not creation, does not catch anything. And therefore, here it says that yata evam agrahyam agrahakam cha ataha nityam avinashi. Therefore, this pure existence, this truth, this reality is nityam, it is eternal. Ataha nityam. Therefore, because it cannot catch anything, nor can it can be caught. Therefore, it is nityam and it is indestructible, avinashi. Vibhum vividham brahmadi sthavaranta prani bhedaihi bhavati iti vibhum. Now the word vibhum is being looked into, and Vibhum means Vibhum vividhim brahmadi swanta sthavaranta prani bhedaihi bhavati iti vibhum. It means that which expresses in multiplicity without losing its oneness is vibhum. How beautiful. The water expresses through all the waves without losing its waterness. The reality expresses through the entire multiplicity without losing its oneness. The space expresses through the other four elements and the admixture of all the elements without losing its oneness. Vibhum. This is not a concept. We are talking about you. This is you. You are the one who is expressing to waking, dream, deep sleep without having ever lost yourself as the pure consciousness that you are. Just like space supports in and through everything, same way the reality also supports everything. Sarvagatam. Sarvagatam. Sarvagatam vyapakam akashavat susukshmam shabdadi sthulatva karana rahitatvat. So, Sarvagatam means what? All pervasive. Susukshmam, space. Space is subtle. Space is sukshma. Susukshmam, even subtler than space. Therefore, reality is subtler than space. Therefore, because of these characteristics, if we can use these words, because we have to use words to explain, it doesn't go through or it doesn't suffer any loss. So it is avyayam. Susukshmam shabdadi sthulam karana rahitatvat shabdadayo hi akashavaivadi nam uttarottara sthulatva karanani tad abhavat sukshmam kimcha tad avyayam ukta dharmatvad eva na vyetiti avyayam. And therefore, Because of these above characteristics of this reality, it doesn't go through any. Avyaya means that which cannot be destroyed. Avyaya means that which cannot be reduced. Avyaya also means that which is unmanifest. And therefore, because it does not go through any loss, the water, in spite of supporting all the waves, still is one without a second water. Therefore, it does not go through any loss. Same way, this reality also, supporting the whole multiplicity, still not going through any loss. Therefore, it is avyayam. Therefore, nahi anangasya swanga pachaya lakshanah व्ययः संभवति शरीरस्येव न अपि कोशापचलक्षणो पचयलक्षणो व्ययः संभवति राज्ञ इव नापि गुणद्वारकः व्ययः संभवति अगुणत्वात् सर्वात्मकत्वाच्च. So he says that nahi angasya, this reality is free of all limitation. Anga is part, free of all parts, free of all parameters. And free of limitations of body, gross, subtle or causal. Therefore, it is free of anga kshaya. That means body goes through reduction, body goes through change, and because it is free from the limitation of the body, therefore there is no change possible in this truth, there is no reduction possible in this truth. Therefore, it is free of, here it says, here it says that न अपि कोशपचय लक्षणो व्ययः संभवति राज्ञ इव, and so on. And here therefore it says that that because it is not able to reduce, it is free of all reduction or loss, therefore it is also free of loss of wealth, as it is beyond gain or loss, or the other way, loss or gain. Also, there is no loss of any quality, and even if there is a loss, it's taken from one pocket and put into another pocket. One wave is taken from here and another wave is created. So, but this is only to explain to our mind these examples. So therefore there is no loss in the truth, in the reality. Therefore it is avyaya. यदेवं लक्षणं भूतयोनिं भूतानां कारणं पृथिव इव स्थावरजंगमानां परिपश्यन्ति सर्वथा आत्मभूतं सर्वस्याक्षरं पश्यन्ति धीराः धीमन्तो विवेकिनः ईदृशम् अक्षरं यया विद्यया अधिगम्यते सा परा विद्येति समुदायार्थः. Here he says towards the conclusion of this verse that like Prithvi, like earth, is cause of all plants, trees, etc. Similarly, this reality is the cause of everything, and wise people are able to dhiraha. The wise people are able to discover it in everything. So that vidya, that knowledge by which this akshara tattva, the reality, akshara brahma yoga nama. Okay? So akshara, so that vidya by which this akshara tattva or the reality is gained, that is called as Paravidya. So we have used so many words, but what were the words? Avyaya. What was the word? Unmanifest. What was the word? Sarvagatam. What was the word? Vibhum. What was the word? What were the different words that were given? Apanipadam nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam avyayam bhuta yonim. It is the center of every element. It is the source of every paripashyanti dhiraha. This is what the wise ones know the reality to be, and therefore similar. So that knowledge by which the reality is gained is called as Paravidya. Therefore, all these words like avarna, achakshu, etc. are dropped, and they are mere pointers to the truth. They are mere pointers to the truth. And Paravidya is that which is indicated by these words. See? Only when the words are dropped, then the direct experience takes place. Only when the words are dropped. As nectarine, when we used to listen to Swamiji, it was beautiful. We could literally, towards the end of the course, we would be sitting there crying, listening to the Upanishads, tears just flowing whenever such topics were talked about. And we felt we can sit like this for eons together at the feet of the teacher, and we didn't want the course to conclude. See? Why? We are addicted to the words. Even though we were listening, don't get addicted to the words. Go, bring your attention to the one because of which the words are heard. See? So while listening, we have to go beyond listening. And in this way, when the words are dropped, then alone direct experience happens. It's not that you create, it happens. And in this way, so how this Akshara Brahma is the cause of the whole creation, that will be the next topic. We'll look at it in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.